Ooh, ooh. How y'all doing? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We have to talk, you guys. It is Wednesday, and it's more information that is coming out about Ashley. You guys know she was set up and took out of here. She was robbed from us too soon by her fiance. And it's a fake fiance because he only proposed to give the illusion that he was so in love with her. But the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. If he was so in love with her, why was he putting her out here on the internet, showing how much he was in love with her? He proposing to her was nothing but an illusion. It was nothing but a fraud. He was psyching her mind out, and to come to think she did this on her birthday. Some people even think it's a ritual going on. And they said what Joe got going on in the dark web and how he owes so many people money and he would do anything to sacrifice to get the money because I'm sure he cared about his money before he cared about anybody else, including her. And people are saying that Joe has a fetish, that her being chocolate was nothing but a fetish for Joe. He would go over there in Africa, and don't you know that African place? Do you know they allow underage black beautiful girls to get done up by people like Joe? That's why they go to the Epstein Island. That's why they go over to different places in Africa. Do your research. In Africa, they have a long history of allowing underage girls to marry old men and to do a whole bunch of selling themselves. They said when he got over there, Joe, he went and got his usual. They say he's always over there. That's the first time she was over there. She ain't never been over there before. You know what I'm saying? That was her first time. All this stuff with Joe, man, this ain't nothing new to Joe. He always over there effing off with the young little girls, okay? So it is a lot of stuff that's coming out. Can y'all hear me? I'm just a talking, and I don't know if y'all can hear me. Do y'all hear me breathing hard? Okay, press two if you guys can hear me. I gotta check, cause Lord, I'm just a talking, and they don't even hear me, Lord. Lord, they don't hear me, I say. So if you guys can get the likes up, we really appreciate it. Come on now, y'all can get the likes up. It's better than that. Let's get the likes up. Come on. It's only 45 likes in here. You know that's a damn shame. Don't get me to start cussing. I wasn't cussing, but bitch, you gonna make me cuss, okay? God damn, 48 people and I'm up here. I can't even catch my damn breath. I'm on here about to have a heart attack and I can't even get damn likes. And these are from my own people. Okay? Shit. Ain't y'all got the same color? I'm not race baiting. But support the channel. Shit. Ooh, Golden, you hear me? Do you hear me, Golden? Do y'all hear me? Thank you, Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece, you heard what Mouthpiece said. Smash that like button. We want y'all to smash that like button because we want to keep her name in the algorithm. And that's the only way we can do it. I can't do it alone, y'all. All I can do is bring an awareness, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I promised you I would do, and that's what I'm doing. But I need you to do your part, which is liking the video, sharing the video, subscribing to the YouTube channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. All right, so we can put our boots on the ground. All right. So, like always, I do have other content creators I would love to react to. That also is confirming that the hotel, they don't give a damn about Ashley. Everybody in Africa don't give a damn about Ashley. The women in Africa, hell, they don't even get treated like second class citizens. The illegal immigrants in America get better treatment and get more of a voice than the women over there in that part of Africa, honey. Okay. And the black men, they are saluting. They bow down to the white God. They bow down to the white God. So whatever the white God says, that's what the white God, they're going to do. Everybody talking about Joe is detained. Joe is detained. Joe is having a good old time. Okay. And you know how detained is when you walking down the street and a cop officer talks to you and he says you've been detained. That can be being detained right there, right? And then he can release you. Is Joe still in detainment? Where is Joe in detainment? You know what I'm saying? So Joe is having a good time. People are saying, well, they took his passport so he can't travel. How do we know that for sure? The police is corrupt. The police have produced lies. The police are involved in it over there. Okay. The hotel is involved with it over there. The tabloid, the press are involved in it over there. Everybody is involved. And now they're trying to get Ashley, mama and daddy to come over there. Woo, the mama and daddy is trying to get American people to get over there like the soldiers and stuff so we can get a second autopsy and we can get that body. It's a damn shame. It's probably over a week and we still have not seen Ashley. She is not coming back home to America. Can you imagine getting on a plane for your damn birthday and you ain't coming back? Never, ever, ever, ever. Come on now. So yeah, let's get the likes up. We can do better than that. Come on, y'all, get the likes up. So let me show y'all what I got for you guys tonight. And if you guys want me to come back around 1 o'clock to talk more, I will do that. I got Ashley Ford in the back, and I'm gonna pick you up, Ashley. But if you guys want me to come back around 1 o'clock to do a part two to this, please press 4. All right. And I'm gonna need y'all to be up around 1 o'clock too, honey, because you know I'm gonna be up. So we got the lovely, she's a YouTuber. She got more information I would love to look at and talk about and react to. Also, I'm gonna go over into threads. You know, I don't fool with X that much anymore because anytime you talk about certain things over X, they try to ban you. So we do have video footage at Threads, and look at her. She's just beautiful. She was with a lot of black men. How dare anybody fix their mouth to say that she didn't love black men? Do this look like a woman that can't stand black men? Do this look like a woman that don't want to be nowhere near black man? I'm asking, and I want to answer. Press 2 if this look like a woman that cannot stand black men. Press 7 if this look like a woman that loves black men. Hell, he is a ghetto black man. He got all them tattoos on his faces. He got all that shit on his neck. Hell, I like black men, but I wouldn't rather be around that type of black man because he is just too damn much. I'm not into big thugs and big rappers. They got too much going on and they want to be seen too damn much. I'm not into it, okay? But honey, she loved herself some black men. She always going to black man party. Joe Budden, he's a black man. He invited her to the party. Joe Budden said him and that dude Joe, her fake fiance, came to one or two of his parties. So, you know, they was official and they were together. People knew in the city that they were together. He didn't hide her. He just didn't post her on his Instagram. But he didn't hide her. So it wasn't like, oh my God, you know, he can't be seen with her because clearly they went to Joe party together. So yeah. Yeah, X banned me too. Oh, so you feel the ban? So I haven't heard her speak.
I just played for y'all. I want to read off some statistics for you. Okay, I want to paint the reality of DV and homicide for Black women. Here are some statistics. More than 40% of Black women experience DV in their lifetime. This is significantly higher than the overall average of 31% for white women. Black women also experience higher rates of physical, psychological, and sexual abuse. Okay? So it's not a rare thing. It's something that happens every day, every couple of minutes for Black women. Let's talk about homicide. Okay? Black women are 2 to 3 times more likely to be deceased, to be taken out of here by men than white women are.
Okay, I know that, but do y'all? I don't think black women know that. You know what, black women? Can I say something that's gonna piss y'all off? Press 9 if I can talk to black women, and it's gonna piss y'all off. It's gonna piss y'all off, black women, but God damn it, I gotta say it. And I say it with love, bitch. I say it with love, damn it. I gotta say something to the black women. Woo! Press a 9 if I can say it. Press a 9 if I can say it, damn it. Get the damn likes up. Get the likes up. Black women, do you know what's going on out here? I hear all the stats. They're killing y'all. They're giving y'all HIV. But bitch, do you know it? It's like everybody know it, but you don't know it. Hell, you gonna take your goofy ass out to the club tonight with no clothes on, showing all this shit to get these men attention. You want to get demons' attentions, and knowing that it is not safe for you outside. God, what is wrong with y'all? Are y'all cool? Is you okay? Are you not getting the notice, black women? Are you not getting the motherfucking notice? Are you not watching the news? Hell. Because y'all are not moving out here more smarter and having more precaution. You can't change these monsters. Y'all, do you realize you can't change the monster? Okay. You can't change Satan's sons. It is what it is. That's just who the fuck they are. You can't change a gay man from being straight. It's just who they are. Okay. Honey, it's like I keep on hearing this shit, but it's like, goddamn, they still going outside. They still getting unalived by their boyfriend. I'm like, why would they even date these niggas anymore? Shit, I'm like, y'all need to start listening to Cynthia G. What Cynthia G was giving y'all some lessons, honey. Y'all just wouldn't listen. But yeah, that's what I gotta say. It's just like somebody. Why would you go to the freak off? If you don't want to catch shit, why would you go to the freak off? That don't make sense to me. Oh, because you just want to have some fun? Is that the only way of having fun, is risking your life going to freak offs? You need to find more productive things to do. You got so much shit to do. Okay? and shit. Quiet as a cat. You are more safe alone and single. Quiet as a cat. Hell, it's more healthier that way. Cause these niggas gonna stress you out. They're gonna beat your ass, or they're gonna give you some shit. One or the other. Hell. So honey, I just have to say that. I just have to say that. Ooh, okay. Cause I saw that and that just reminded me of that. Oh my God, how beautiful she was. I haven't heard her.
On to Evans with another crime story, part 2, ASHLEE JENAE. Tragedy. People lie, stories change, but the body never does. Let's give a backstory. A young influencer goes to Zanzibar with her fiance to celebrate her 31st birthday, and he proposes. It's beautiful. Then something turns very ugly. They get into a big argument, according to news outlets. The staff of the hotel has to separate them. They go back and check on her, and she's found unresponsible and ultimately succumbs to her injuries at the hospital. And the issue is, how did this happen? Well, let's talk about the cause and manner of death, and we're going to talk about homicide, the unlawful taking of the life of another, and suicide, when you take your own life. Strangulation and hanging, they're both very similar. They cut off the oxygen to your brain and you ultimately die. They're very different. One of the things that you're going to do an exterior examination of the body, the autopsy. They're going to examine the statements of the people that are involved. They're going to look at a room where there's fighting, things are disarray. Then they look at the body. Okay, let me tell you about the body. When you have a strangulation, the ligature mark is going to be circular. When it is a hanging, it's going to be horizontal because of the apparatus. You're going to see petechiae. What is that? It's going to be little hemorrhaging to the eye caused by the strangulation. The difference is it's going to be damage to the neck muscles with strangulation, more internal bleeding because the pressure is placed on the outside. You don't see that when you're dealing with a hanging, okay? So the issue then becomes the family is saying, you know, we were notified by the hotel. Why didn't you call us and let us know? They're asking for an independent autopsy. But the Zanzibar authorities are saying the death is non-suspicious. Listen, do you trust the story or do you trust the evidence? Evans with another crime story.
Woo! Can I say something? I love black women like this. Woo! Honey, I gotta tell y'all something. All Black women are not created equally. All Black women are not created equally. Do you agree with that statement? Press 2 if you agree. Meaning that it is a big difference between a sexy red and a Black woman like this. It's day and damn night. Okay, they are not the same. Okay. Ooh, I love Black women that are educated, speak well, and still soft and all that right there. So, honey, I couldn't stop listening to her. Okay. Oh,
31-year-old ASHLEE JENAE unalived herself. I mean, you can tell she was
all right. So let me see here. Also, I wanted to go through social media, this TikTok again to see what's going on here. But I do want to bring out OG is back. Ashley Ford, I'm gonna come back to you real quick, Ashley. OG, how you doing, baby?
Hey Gigi, how you doing?
Good. Talk to me. What's on your mind? What you heard new?
Well, I did hear the latest that some people were saying that Joe had been released. Some saying that they
Oh my
still
God.
have him over there as a quote unquote witness, but he is free because they only can hold you for so many days, right? I think it's like 24, 48, 70, 72, whatever the law is over there in Africa. They at some point, without no evidence, they're going to have to let him go, or without a witness or stuff. But I'm hearing also that they still asking him not to leave, and they still got his passport held up. So I don't get it. I don't get how he could have become a witness when he wasn't there. So what the hell is he witness to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he was not there when it happened, or did not see somebody going in or out, why are they calling him a damn witness?
Yeah.
What did he witness? Make that make sense. If anybody is more of a witness, is the worker that found him. That would be a witness. I mean, found Ashley. But Joe, witness? So that goes to show you already that it's something fishy going on. And I love Vonda Evans. She actually was a judge. I love her. But she's right. Do you believe what you're being told, or do you believe the evidence? Now, she just broke down the difference in being choked and in hanging. Difference, strangulation similar, but like she's saying, choking, it's going to be round. Hanging is going to be kind of upward ovally because of the way the product, the rope that allegedly she was hanging from. So that's the thing. That's why, in my theory, I actually thought that he strangled her first and then did the hanging part to try to cover up to make it look like a hanging all in one. But how can she have both at the same time simultaneously? One had to be done and then the other had to be done. So I believe that that's what's going on now. I don't understand why they quote unquote saying he's a witness. Witness to what? What the hell did he witness?
They're placing him as like an innocent, because if you don't place him as a witness, then he's possibly going to be looking at as a villain. So I believe they wanted to place him as a witness to disguise him possibly being the person that did it.
Absolutely. And to establish the leeway for him to be, quote unquote, free of any charges, right? So let's set the precedent of saying he's a witness, and then eventually payoffs probably is happening or have happened, or evidence has been destroyed or tampered with. And the sad part is, I really wish that the parents would do a more concrete interview with someone to say what is really going on with them, because why have they suddenly went quiet? Now you have got all this money from people from GoFundMe to help you with your daughter's situation, but you're saying nothing. You literally have gone silent, and people that gave has a vested interest now. And I think the public opinion for the very people that, like yourself, content creators that have kept this in the light when mainstream media is not even talking about it no more, and it's crickets from them. What's going on? Why aren't they saying something? Why aren't they doing some interview letting people know what's going on if they are able to go over there? So far, we don't even think that the parents has even been over there or allowed to go over there, which all of this time that's being wasted is making Africa say, well, hell, her parents really don't care about her. Why should we?
Mm, 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 mm.
Because if the parents don't hire their own private investigator, their attorney, and they have a private person on the outside come and do another autopsy if her body has not been, you know, just destroyed now. Because if they don't have her in a cold place, keeping her cold, believe me, she can, yeah, that's her body is evidence. So without that, they won't even be able to do a proper autopsy to really establish the true cause of death. And that is all. This is problematic.
It
And
is.
they've been given tens of thousands of dollars. I've heard the parents, which is a great thing because that's showing that the public opinion and the supporters care. But now you went silent. You're not saying anything. You're not doing any interviews. We don't know what's going on. So I feel like, honestly, if they are not over there getting answers from Africa and not doing what they need to do with that money to get, to hire somebody to help them, her death is gonna go cold, and it is gonna be considered nothing but a suicide because nobody cares. She has nobody over there fighting for her. Trust and believe. Nobody's over there fighting for her. But
You're
they fight
right.
that money. That money will make them fight for Joe, though, for his freedom,
Yep.
for him to walk away and get away with this. Trust and believe. If he got the contacts and friends and investments that he was investing in over there, this man could walk free with having unaliving her.
Yep. And OG, he's threatening them. Oh, wait till I get to America. I'm going to get my white millionaire friends and they are going to make you all pay. So you better do right by me.
Yeah, and this is the thing. He's snapping pictures on his social media, talking about crypto. He doesn't sound like a grieving fiance, and I say those in real life quotes. He's not sounding like or acting like a man that has just lost the love of his life. He's not. Nobody on his platform is posting any condolences or anything about ASHLEE. His family, him, like nobody. So, for that friend that got up there to talk about, well, we don't, like, whose side you on? I thought ASHLEE was your friend and you over here caping for Joe. Like, girl, sit down somewhere.
Now tell me, what are you talking about? What is that?
What a friend had got on somebody else's platform, and I saw it on another content creator was talking about that the friend was getting up there, taking up more for Joe than her friend ASHLEE, saying things like, well, we don't really know, and what if Joe's innocent? Girl, bye. Like, what?
Hold on. That can't be the same friend that came out and says, no, she would never do that to herself. That's not, is
I
that
don't
the
know.
same friend? Because it was a
That's
best
the
friend
thing.
who
I
came
don't
out
know.
yelling.
I
This
know.
might be a
Yeah.
fake ass friend or somebody like a plant. Like, oh, but did we see pictures of them together? Like, what do she show that they were actually friends?
And Joe's behavior never showed that he was really like a man that loved her. She posted things on her platform with pictures of them and things they were doing together, but he never did that with her. So if you pay attention to and connect the dots, he never was that type that it seemed like he expressed love only when he was faking the funk, when the cameras was on them on her platform or in her videos on her social media, but not his. How can you literally detach yourself from such a horrific situation that you're alleged that your fiance, and I'm gonna say use that word loosely, allegedly did to herself, and you are not a grieving person. Like you have totally detached yourself and became business as usual. Literally. So who really knew really about their relationship and in depth how close they were? Except for the people that's talking about how they came to parties of theirs. That's surface stuff. That's surface. He allowed her to see surface things about him. Nobody knew they in-depth relationship.
Right.
She had met his kids, but I don't think anybody can literally tell you that they witnessed certain in-depth things about their relationship because he only allowed what to be seen on social media. And we all know that a lot of these celebrities and influencers on social media that's flashing really ain't living that life like that.
That's right. That's right.
So where is the grieving quote unquote fiance? Where is he didn't even offer to help her parents. Now this supposed to be a man with means and resources. He didn't even say, well, I know y'all can't afford or whatever, even if they could, well, let me just help do something because I want to get the bottom of this too. And I want to, want the truth. That's what somebody that really truly loves the person that they just proposed 2 days before, how they would act, even to their parents. He only called the mother once to tell her about, oh, she's on way to the hospital. She hurt herself. Why? Because you're trying to establish an alibi while you hanging around the security, getting in good with them, being seen with the security, doing this time so you can establish an alibi. It's all right there and connecting the dots and how this man has totally removed himself from this whole situation and went on as life as business as usual. That does not sound like a loving, grieving fiance.
That's right.
He ain't said nothing about to the parents that we know of, and I don't think at all that he's going to pay for any services that's going to be needed, getting her body back to United States. Yeah, nobody on his social media gave condolences about his love of his life he just proposed to. What up with that? Where's the sympathy and empathy even on his social media? You know what I saw one of his friends or relatives or something, hang in there, bro, be strong, as to say, no matter, what you going through, how they dragging you on social media. That's what that was about. That wasn't no prayers and condolences. I'm praying for you, bro. I'm so sorry for your loss. None of that. Not from his family or from ASHLEE's. And he's cut off all communication with ASHLEE's parents since that day. So if that ain't sus, like Judge Vonda Evans said, do we believe what we being told or do we believe what we know to be true with the evidence?
That's right.
She just literally broke down the difference in being strangled as opposed to hanging. She just broke it down.
Yes, she did.
And as a judge, someone who I would think is respected in the community and have had good judgment, because I've seen her sentence somebody, baby, real harsh when she was an active judge. She's retired now, but yeah, she was about that life. So you would think, and I would think that she has a good judge of character, and the way she broke it down, and the question that she left, the last word she said. Do you believe the evidence presented or do you believe what you're being told? And I think the court of public opinion, I think we all know what it is. right?
Yes, he did it. No doubt. He did it.
And even if the proof is there, it is a strong possibility that it's looking like he's going to get away with this.
Oh my God, that hurts. That
Don't it
hurts.
hurt?
But you know what?
Listen,
We got to keep talking about it because we're the only one that's holding the gate up. So he won't get out because he's going to do this to another person. You guys don't think a killer would just kill one person? No. And I don't even know if he did it before and got away with it.
yeah, true that. And I definitely know this ain't the first time he was violent with a woman, because the ex-wife definitely said he was violent with her. She did some post back a while back, was talking about the HE double hockey sticks he put her through. And let me tell you, when a woman's father or brother can sense something that they don't like in another man, y'all women really better start paying attention. When you have men in your family that genuinely love you, your father, your grandfather, your brothers, your uncles, and they literally are saying to you, this man is no good. When the ex-wife was getting married, her father wouldn't walk her down the aisle because he didn't like Joe. He wanted no parts of it. That man saw something, and he didn't want to be a part of that. And then she says that when she walked down the aisle by herself, and Joe got her and said, "You'll never have to walk again alone in this life." So now he's trying to make her dad look ashamed, and shame on him for having you walk down the aisle. But what did he do? About 2 years later, he left her while she was pregnant with the second child.
Mm,
Okay?
mm.
So what we talking about? Her father, and now she looks back in retrospect and said, my dad was right. He was right in probably telling me I shouldn't marry this guy. There's something about this guy. This guy's no good for you. I don't know. They may not be able to pinpoint the finger on it in the moment, but they know they have a strong inkling that something ain't right about this person. When that man or that woman is telling you that, those are the things that we ignored. The ex-wife ignored it. And I know her father must love her and she must love her father. But I know she probably went back and apologized to her father and said, Dad, you were right. I never should have married that piece of garbage.
Mm.
He did not come to the wedding, and damn sure didn't walk her down the aisle. Because a lot of times men can know and feed off of other men to know when that man is no good. The same way your mother can with the daughters or with the son. It works both ways. It's the same way. If they son is getting ready to marry a no good for nothing woman, one of them parents is going to sense it. And one of them parents is going to have a conversation with their grown child. But their grown child's going to do what they want to do. So they step back and they let them make their bed. And when their bed become hard and lie in it, the only thing their parents do is just have their arms open. I'm here. I had to let you bump your head. See, you can tell that Ashley's parents did not have a relationship with Joe. And I believe that Joe avoided that at all costs. If he met him at all, maybe talked to him on the phone a couple of times, maybe even met him, but it was just surface. It was nothing in depth. But he have not had that type of relationship. So I would want to know as a parent, who the heck my child marrying? What does he do? Is his parents living? Does he have children? Have you met his kids? Have you met the ex? See, people don't think that those things are important, because when they hear something from the ex, oh, she just mad and bitter because he divorced her and left her. Da 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 da. That's what we do, right? We always think somebody hating on us. They jealous. Even when Iggy got on her social media and said, I pulled back from investing in crypto with this dude. He's sus, sis. He's suspect. Something ain't right. He got shady business practices. But you can't see the forest for the trees when you're in it. And unfortunately, that's what happened here. I can tell the way those parents act in that interview. They don't know much about Joe. Hell, I know ASHLEE didn't know much about Joe. She didn't do the homework she needed to do on Joe. She didn't. She only
OG.
saw surface things. She saw the money, the flashing lights, lights,
You
camera,
right.
action.
You
Give me the
right.
good life. Take me shopping. We going to all of these parties, meeting all these celebrity, blah, blah, blah. That's all she saw. And that's all surface shit.
Yes. You better tell
You
it.
know when she really knew who he was? When that mask came off, when they got into it in Africa and they had to separate them. That's when ASHLEE really found out who Joe was.
Mm.
But unfortunately for her, it was too late.
Mm. Mm. And I gotta say something too, OG, and I want to know your thoughts about this. Before I say it, y'all get these likes up because OG is tearing it down, and I appreciate her for coming. Tear it down, like this video, make sure y'all subscribe. This is in my mind, OG. When I look at the parents seem to live a slow, mature lifestyle. They seem to be humble. I feel, and I could be wrong, but this is my spirit telling me. ASHLEE been around these rappers and she wants the flash life, and her parents told her, do not go that route. Stop, ASHLEE. Do this. I think ASHLEE don't like to hear that shit. She don't want to hear no rejection. So therefore, she closed off a lot of things that she's into because she don't want to hear what her parents have to say because she know her parents' side. Which when she got with Joe, she separated them. She didn't allow them to really connect because she knew her parents possibly would not give their blessings to it. Now, when you talk to the mom, did you hear what the mom said? She said, I really thought ASHLEE was really in love. She didn't see any red flags.
Well, when you tend to be in love, you are blind to those things. You choose to not see them. And I agree with you. I think the parents I think they are very, how do I put it? I don't want to disrespect or anything. I'm trying to really think of a word. I think they just lost and behind the times when it comes to
Yeah.
things. And I think that they may have said something to ASHLEE in passing about it, but ASHLEE's a grown woman at this point, and it's only so
She
much they can
31.
do.
She
Yeah.
31.
So even if they, advised her the same way the ex-wife got advised by the daddy and fell back all the way back out the life, he let his daughter bump her head. And thank God she lived to tell about it.
Thank
Unfortunately,
God.
ASHLEE didn't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, ASHLEE didn't. And I think that that's probably weighing on her parents' heart. But I'm really curious as to know, like, they're very quiet. What are you doing to get your daughter home? What are you doing to find out what's really going on?
Y'all
I mean,
cannot be quiet, parents. OG, tell them they listening right now. Y'all gotta have a funeral for her. Y'all gotta get her body. Y'all cannot be quiet. I know y'all working really hard behind the scenes, but come to the public because the public is speaking truth to power out here. We keeping her name in the algorithm, and that is what's causing Joe and his people to be quiet. But as soon as we be quiet, Honey Hale is gonna release, and they're gonna make your daughter out to be a delusional psycho, okay? And they're gonna make Joe to be the victim in all of this. This is how they work. Go ahead,
absolutely. And
OG.
I would implore the family to listen. Main media has stopped talking about your daughter. They have the They have given out what I'm hearing a warning over there to even the social media platforms and the mass media in Africa to not talk about it anymore. Somebody's being paid off. So family of ASHLEE, I would implore you parents to speak out, do interviews wherever you can, keep people posted of what's going on, because the influencers over here on these platforms are the only ones that's keeping your daughters unalivement alive in the the court of public opinion, the people that gave you all the money, the people that hearts was bleeding for you all as parents, as human beings, and gave money to you all. You all have literally shut down and shut out. I implore you to speak up, to continue to do interviews wherever you can with whoever you can, on any platform you can, every chance you get, to keep your daughter's case and memory alive. You don't want it to go DEAD on arrival, because nobody's over there fighting for ASHLEE. I would implore you. I know that you're grieving, but nobody's fighting for ASHLEE over there. So you have to fight for your daughter over here. You get her home. You hire your own private investigators, your own private autopsy on your daughter. Get you an attorney that's either licensed over there in Africa or have dual licenses, and can go over there and investigate and work with you all on behalf of your daughter. And guess what? The people that gave their hard-earned money to the GoFundMe, they do deserve to know what's going on. They are invested in this case of your daughter. Don't just speak to only the big platforms, the TMZs and all of that. The ones that's on YouTube, the social media influencers like you, Gigi, like Queen Sheba, like Queen Amadeus Shakur, like all these other content creators are out here pleading your daughter's case in behalf. Why are you not hitting none of these platforms and doing interviews? Believe me, it's the hardworking common folk that is giving money to that GoFundMe for your daughter. TMZ done stopped talking about it now. They on to the David case. They ain't gonna talk about it anymore unless some other light comes to it. You have to be diligent about being consistent on social media to keep this alive. Because mainstream media, once they stop talking about it, you know what they hoping? Oh, well, them other social influencers on YouTube and other that got platforms, they gonna eventually stop talking about it, and it's gonna go away. That's what they want to happen. If you genuinely want answers, you have to help us help you. And we're trying. We're talking about it. We're keeping it in the light. Many influencers and content creators on YouTube are giving great commentary on this. It has to be because the court of public opinion and the people care.
That's right.
So I would implore you to speak up. Go on other platforms and talk about your daughter. Talk about what's going on. Let people know if something ain't being done. Who knows? Who can we reach out to? Who can we call? Who can we send emails to? Who can we demand answers from? Don't just take people's money and then go silent. That means they're vested. They're invested in this. At least give some answers. At least give us an update. Let us know what's going on. You never know how we can help. We already helping.
That's right.
We're constantly speaking ASHLEE's name, constantly keeping this case in the light, constantly. Social media influencers are talking about it all the time, giving the latest updates from what they know to give. But they need to hear from you parents. They really do. And not just to the big platforms like the TMZs and all those people. that just wanted it for the spotlight moment, and now they're not talking about it no more. But guess who is? Gigi, Queen Sheba, Fumi, Queen Amadea Shakur, Royal D,
Yes.
Open Book. It's so many are talking about it. But y'all not talking, parents. Come on now. We want justice for Ashley too. But it's only so much we can do. It's only so much we can talk about. It's only so much we can say. But if you need the help of the people, the help of the public that has given to your GoFundMe, you need to come out and let said people know what's going on. Give us an update, give us a status, give us something. Were you all able to get through to the embassy? What did they say? Are you going to be able to go over to Africa? Are you going to be able to retrieve your daughter's body and belongings soon? Like, inquiring minds want to know.
OG, someone says donated $5. Thanks. They said Ashley did not get along with her parents. This is the real fact some people don't want to accept. What are your thoughts about that, OG?
Well, even if she did not get along with her parents, she's no longer here now, and they are still her parents. And again, the public has stepped up, has given GoFundMe, because we have a lot of that situation going on in our communities for real, where parents and kids don't get along. But their daughter is no longer here.
Yeah.
And
It
even though
doesn't
they
change
didn't
the
get
love.
along,
No, go ahead. I said
go
it
ahead.
doesn't change the love, honey. When your parents
Yeah,
love
not at all.
you,
It doesn't.
it
Yeah,
loves you. It doesn't change the love.
does not mean that they didn't get along, whether it was them or whether it was Ashley or whether it was both, because they're probably somewhere in the middle, right? She's no longer here. And I can tell the way the mother was talking that Ashley did contact her even when her and Joe got into it. So there was some form of communication. So even though I may not have gotten along with my child, if something happened to my child, I can still love them and not get along with them, and still want justice for them. Now, if they just literally don't give a crap and was all of that for show,
No, they
which
care. They
right,
care.
I would be inclined to believe that that's not the case, right?
They care. They don't care about that money, girl. You see how they dress? They don't care about all that glitz and shit. They
Well, they
came
should have
to
put that money. They need to put that money to good use, either to get her body back over here, hire someone that can take their case. It's a good start. I don't know how much money was raised, but I heard it was tens of thousands of dollars. That's a start. What are they doing? Give an update or a status of what's going on.
Do you think they don't want to tell the public because Joe is going to try to counter that? Like, because they're still in a war.
Well, I think that, yeah, he's going to try to counter whatever, right? But I think if they keep the public updated on, what's going on with the case or what's not being done or what's being done, I think it'll help for them, because they would have, continued help and support of the people, of the public,
Yeah,
the people that's supporting them.
I think they should definitely keep the name out there and keep the fire lit. Like, keep the torch, keep on banging them pots. But I wouldn't tell us your
That's
plan.
what Kendrick Johnson's parents are doing. That Kendrick Johnson's mother goes live all the time on her social media platform, and baby, when they be coming at her, she be letting them have it. But she's keeping the unalivement of her son alive, because she's fighting. They've been fighting way over what was that, about over 10 years ago, when Kendrick Johnson was unalived.
Mm-hmm.
And look what all they discovered by getting video footage that the lawmakers had edited out or the school had edited out and didn't want them to see. Now they got all the footage. They got
But
old witnesses
also,
that came from, and they fighting.
I hear what you're saying, and I want to take in consideration is this as well, that is so many parts that's moving in the background. I don't know if her parents are getting threats. Are they sending her parents pictures of ASHLEE, with no clothes on and saying, if you keep talking, I will let the world know who your daughter really is and embarrass you all. I have no idea how they feel. They see all these black men tearing them up. They see when they speak, people gonna pervert it and twist it, and they ain't never been in no position like this. They would have never fathomed that they would be in this position. They still can't see their daughter, but I will hope maybe the mom can just sit this one out and allow the father just to speak, just to keep and just bringing her name up. Don't go into detail, and be careful what you say because they're gonna twist the hell out of your words. uh,
Yes, but
but
this is
yeah.
the thing. I agree with that, but this is the thing. She's no longer here. So what more harm can they do to her? They can expose pictures of her allegedly on standing butt to naked on in California on Hollywood and Divine. What difference they're gonna make? She's no longer here.
Yeah, but her parents seems to be more conservative, and they will care about their daughter's reputation and her death. And a lot of parents, even I'm sure when ASHLEE was alive, they possibly did not like her reputation being with these rappers. It made possibly a stain on the family name, depending on how you were raised. So to have more, it just hurts them. Some people just can't take all that. Some people don't know. Then some people, they can threaten them in a certain way, send them messages at their doorstep, and they feel like their life is in danger. I don't know if they have other kids. Is ASHLEE the only daughter with both of the
No, she has
parents?
siblings.
Or,
She has siblings. I
that's
heard.
something to take and consider it as well. So I think they're just trying to, I don't know how they moving, but I do hear what you're saying. Just have something out here because the enemy is
I'm just
working.
yeah.
You got fake ASHLEE friends coming out, siding with Joe. She's probably getting paid off. And what type of friends did ASHLEE have, OG? Were they party girls or were they not?
Well, it seemed like to me the first one that I heard speak that said that they went to like grade school or high school together or something. I think that they were friends, but I think that ASHLEE possibly hadn't had a close relationship with this young lady probably in a while because ASHLEE was living a whole different lifestyle. Not to say that she wasn't still communicating with her, but I don't think that ASHLEE was living a whole different lifestyle now. So how much are you really like you knew her from who she was back then, but ASHLEE seemed to have changed and been and be a whole nother different person. And I don't mean in a bad way. You probably, and because she said ASHLEE was sweet and all this stuff, and she probably was. But I'm saying I don't think she was in her life like that over the last probably 3 to 5 years because ASHLEE started living this whole different lifestyle and world that, she probably was not privy to. You know what I mean? I
So
got
how does she
people
know
that
about Joe? How could she fix her mouth to say Joe is innocent?
now I don't know if this is the same friend. That's the thing.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the same girl. But this girl said knows about Joe, but when she was asked certain questions, she didn't know in-depth answers. You know what I mean? Like she knew Joe had went into this business, but she couldn't give the man name, who he went into it with, and all this. She again, I think it was surface. I think she saw what we all saw on ASHLEE's social media when it came to Joe. I don't think she probably even ever met Joe herself in person. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
she
saying?
sounds like she's bull crap. She's bull crap.
I'm just saying it doesn't sound like they were like close, they used to party, hang out, and stuff like they did in high school or college or whatever. I think people's dynamics change when they listen. Ashley was in a whole different world and lifestyle now. I'm not saying they wasn't friends and still communicate. I'm just saying I don't think that she was in close proximity like that to Ashley since she has been with Joe. That's what I'm saying. And
I
I
hear what
think
you're
that
saying.
what she saw was what we all saw, what was being played out on social media. You know what she was doing with Joe on social media. I don't think the friend probably ain't never met Joe face to face. Hell, the parents probably ain't. Like I said, it was all surface what was being seen. It was nothing in depth. Even that whole proposal thing was all for show. That was surface stuff. That man wasn't up intending to marry her.
That's right.
If he was, he wouldn't have never unalived her, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
It was all surface. It was all for social media. It was all a facade, and women see that and they want that life too, or think they can have that too, or that can happen to them too. All I need to be is in the right social circles and in the right place and meet the right people. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. Trust and believe. It ain't.
Well, on that tip, we are talking about this so-called friend did an interview. OG heard it. I did not hear the interview, but I do not think that is a friend of hers. I think that is a frenemy. I think that's not even a friend. That's an associate that was jealous, that disguised themselves as a friend just to get some attention and to bash her and to make the Joe seem like he's an innocent, which is so backwards. But I do want to ask you this, OG. Why did he do it? Why do you think? I don't think it's just because of cheating. I think he's been cheating this whole time situation. I think Ashley know this man is not faithful. I've been hearing that it be underage black girls over there that Joe is getting in bed with, and that's why he loved to go over there, like the Epstein files. You get what I'm saying? I think she got whiffed of Joe messing with girls underage, and maybe it made her feel some type of way. And they said, "Nah, we're gonna have to take up on out of here. She can't go back to the States telling this shit."
Yeah, and the argument, more than likely, if it really was about he was leaving her to go do these freak off with other women, who knows? He probably wanted her to engage in it, and that probably even set her off even more. Like, I ain't down with that, whatever, and you just proposed to me. How dare you? That's insulting. That's embarrassing. And he lit it, and hands had to be put on each other when they got separated and had to go to whole complete size villas. Okay. That wasn't just an argument. Trust and believe. Hands was put on somebody. It was that bad to have separated somebody and usually the person whose name that the villa is in or did the pain, they usually are the ones that stay in the main villa. They kept Ashley in the main villa. They moved Joe. Keep that in mind.
Do you think
So
it's possible Joe could be a pedo like Jeffrey?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt, pedo, pervert. I mean, first of all, I truly, genuinely believe he's a psychopath, right? So I believe he's violent. It has not been the first time he's been violent and put hands on a woman. I absolutely believe that. And at this point in time with her, he absolutely snapped and lost it. Yeah.
Over there in that area, what is the age of consent? Do they even believe in that? Do they prostitute underage girls?
Oh yeah, all that type of stuff goes on in Africa in certain parts. They still selling women over there. They are doing that whole depending on where in that continent you go, they do believe in the underage marriage, the multiple wives marriage. They still into all of that over there in Africa. So if you are an American millionaire or whatever, and you going over there and you spending money to be with these underage or of age, poor African women, then that, yeah, they over there to do that and they indulge in that. You can go and get that in Rio de Janeiro. You can go in the DR and get it. You can go in Mexico and get it. It's different. They doing it everywhere,
Yeah,
but
let's
they
be
are.
real. You can get
Mhm.
a grown adult cheap as hell. They'll do it for $40 or a crystal snack. But to get away with it, it's the underage. They be going to these different islands and different parts of the country. And I do believe that Joe went over there to get the black underage girls for the low low.
It's very possible. I mean, look at the Shanquilla Robinson case. Look what happened to her in Mexico, and that her friends was allowed to leave that country, come back to the state, and never be prosecuted for her unalivement. And we all damn near saw that on video. So you got the girl that actually was the one, fighting Shanquilla on tape. That girl done changed her whole name. She not named Janae no more. She done changed her whole name to try to detach and dissociate herself from that situation.
Let
And
me
they
ask you,
parents ain't got justice yet either.
let me ask you a question, OG. If you found out your man was cheating on you with a woman, that's one thing. Are you going to have the same reaction when you find out he cheated on you with a child or he's a pedo?
Oh, heck no. It's gonna be a total different reaction. I'ma explode. He better hope I don't have my two friends with me called Smith and Wesson. Okay? For real, for real. Because that's a whole different thing. Two adults, consenting adults, that's one thing. Underage children, that's a whole nother thing, right? That's a whole nother different level of, oh no, I ain't just pissed because you cheated on me. You sick. You're twisted.
Yeah.
You're
And calling him
demonic.
out. I think she called
You're
him out on
evil.
it.
You're a pervert. You're all the things I'm saying. And is that enough to make somebody snap when you call them out on their
Yes.
stuff? Absolutely.
Because
But
he
you better be
looks
ready when you call them out. You better be ready for what they may have for you.
because he looks at her as like, how can you dare judge me for this when you are a black whore? You get what I'm saying? Do you think that Jeffrey Epstein and Trump, they feel righteous in what they do? They don't feel like they do anything wrong when they
Yeah.
mess
Well,
with underage. They
no,
justify
psychopaths don't. Yeah, psychopaths and perverts and pedos don't. They don't. They, in their mind, that's normal because their mind is warped and twisted and demonic. Anybody that is a pedo is that. It's a demon in that person. They're not normal.
Someone says donated $10. Thank you for that. They do blood sacrifices for money and fame in Africa and all over the world. Her being in the spotlight would be a good sacrifice for evil. That's something to consider. He did take a financial hit. What are your thoughts, OG?
Oh yeah, losing $100 million in crypto is a lot of money. Because and seeing crypto money is very very hard to trace. So even if you commit a crime or doing suspect business practices and all those things, to lose 100 million in crypto, yeah, that's a lot of freaking money, right? So I'm pretty sure he was already on edge and pissed off for that. So whatever transpired between them, that was even more reason to take it out on her, because that's what psychopaths and sociopaths and narcissists do. Everything is your fault. It's never their fault. So
How do
so
we
losing $100 million is a lot of freaking money to be pissed off enough to want to unalive somebody too, that they then got into a heated argument with.
tell me this? What is the date he lost that money, and how did we come to that information? How do we discover that?
I saw a guy that does crypto online pull up like crypto stuff, and then it was in some type of news feed thing about his company losing $100 million, which that crypto guy said that's anywhere from 70 to 80% of his whole business and worth. So now you take that and imagine trying to build back up from that. Was he flat broke? No, I don't think he was flat broke, but that's hella broke. You know what I mean? Compared to what he had to lose $100 million.
Now that
And when you
crypto
look,
guy, sorry to cut you off. What date was
Mhm.
that? What date did he make that video?
I saw this last week.
So
I
it was
saw
a
it last week.
recent video.
Yep. Yeah,
And
he done it like right after this situation happened fresh. So it was like latter part of last week or something.
it
Something
just
like that.
happened to surface online. And was Joe in this video?
Well, he had video of Joe talking crypto on certain platforms. You could pull it up. All you gotta do is put Joe McCann talks crypto in there, or maybe type in Joe McCann loses 100 million in crypto investment or something like that, or some type of scam or something going on. But the guy that he's in crypto, and he absolutely pulled it up and said this dude lost $100 million in crypto not too long ago. So I think that he was lying and putting up a facade with ASHLEE as well, as far as to having her think he still had it like that when he really didn't. I believe he was over there in Africa really fronting a lot and probably trying to get business over there from people over there or other people. That's why he immediately went back to his social media talking about crypto, because he's still trying to get high-end clients to invest. Yeah.
Now, all right. So this is his page, right? Are you guys seeing this?
Who's paid?
There.
Who's paid?
So let me scroll to the top so you guys can see. This is Twitter, and it
Oh, okay.
says Joe McCain, only a fool trips on what's behind them. Oh shit. So clearly he's saying the death is behind him, so he ain't tripping on that shit.
When did he post that?
Child, I don't know, but you see it right here, and it got a check mark
Uh-huh.
on it. And look how many people he got following. They still follow him. 105K. Who he following? See?
Yeah, he gonna get people to follow him, for even if they just trying to keep up with what he doing or see if he gonna post anything. I know every time this guy have went on his platforms, he said he has posted nothing about, what he's been through, lately, like no, pray for me. No, nobody has posted on his social media about how sorry they is, about what happened to his fiance. Like none of that. He's literally saying, yeah, this dude definitely suspect. So if he lost 100 million allegedly in his crypto business, ain't no telling who else money that was invested in that they lost millions too. Because remember, I told you Iggy Azalea was gonna invest in crypto with him, and she started looking into his business practices.
This is
and
Joe.
said,
Let's hear him.
The reason I was looking to buy secondary shares in Cerebras after using the product, and I thought to myself, like, this thing is just unbelievable. And I try to buy a subscription like you do with like a Claude or a Chat GPT. They don't even have any available. Like, they just sold out. Wow. Using these products as an engineer, as a technologist, as a product person has made me so much more bullish on what's happening. I think when you hear Wall Street talk about, the AI CapEx issue and they're spending all of this money, they just don't understand how much demand there is going to be for inference. It is enormous, and it's going to I think people are actually underestimating dramatically how much demand there is going to be for this stuff. Cerebras definitely benefits. Myriad other companies will benefit from that. But this is not a trend that's going to stop. It is rapidly accelerating. I think I see every day on Twitter. There's
Well, he's really into that AI. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. But see, he was trying to tell people that because he was trying to get, of course, more investors, right? But look at the hit he took. So imagine the people that did invest crypto in his company. I'm pretty sure part of that 100 million just wasn't all his loss. I'm pretty sure it was they lost in investments. And like I said, the thing about crypto, hard to trace, hard to find out who did what, where it went. That's why you gotta really be careful with who you investing in with crypto, when to get in and when to get out. So yeah.
Ooh. All right. Ashley, where you go, Ashley Ford? Oh, keep going, child. Look, I'm just reading. I'm stuck. Look, I'm like, what is going on? He
Yeah, I
loves
thought you had
Elon
somebody
Musk.
else that was waiting.
I don't know. They came up, they dropped, they came up and they dropped. So go ahead.
No,
I get
so
off of here.
I was
No,
just gonna
I'm gonna get
say
off of X because I'm gonna get distracted. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say if anybody, early on, I think it was cool to invest in crypto, make so much money and get out. But I think a lot of times, people got addicted to it, and I know some people that, did pretty good in crypto, but they got out because I think once the market has started falling and then you got all these scammers on there now, like him, like this one here, doing shady business practices. They come with this cosmetic conversation and talk to sell you. That's what they do. They good at what they do. But when you dealing with somebody like him, ain't nothing true and truth about him, a bone in his body. Not at all.
Now, if they ever give him a mic to talk about this case, you know he gonna be a victim, and you know he gonna paint her as really having mental problems. He gonna come for the parents as well, and he probably gonna tell lies that Ashley told him all types of horrible stuff about the parents. So, honey,
Yeah.
the parents better
Hopefully it won't start the smear campaign because that's usually what they do when the heat starts to get on them. Then they try to turn it over and do the smear campaign.
you know that's what they're going to do. Look at the war right now. It's all hands, and he's working with AI and people with crypto and Elon Musk. They're going to push that down the algorithm throat. And they already see black men have a hatred towards her. They're going to use that too. Depends on if it's quiet. I don't know. Maybe they just let it quiet down or nobody talk about it again. They can just keep on moving on.
Yeah,
But
that's why I said how important it is, that I think that the parents should really utilize social media, more than just mass media and the big media that is no longer talking about this situation. They really should take advantage of it and have as many interviews and go on many platforms as they can, to try to continue to have the support and the help of the public. That's just my opinion. And I hope if the parents are listening, that they would at least, think about it and consider it. I know they're grieving and everything, and I understand that. But just a status update, would really be nice because it's hard to believe what a lot of these they saying over there in Africa because we know that she's not getting justice and it's a farce over there. It's farce. I think it's so much being hidden, so much being covered up, so much being destroyed, and if they are literally letting her body you know decompose to a capacity where a private autopsy won't be able to be given, that's telltales right there that they don't care, because they would keep her body on ice for so long until the parents try to get over there and have a private autopsy. I know that that's the first thing whether I could be there or not, that I would hire is a private autopsy to be done. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
And they should tell people what they're going to do with the money.
Yeah, I mean, or say even if they done spent it already on something, hey, well, we used the money to pay for her to come back. We used the money, to hire a private investigator. We used the money for private autopsy. We used the money for us to get over there. Just something instead of just taking the money and then going silent. That's all I'm saying.
And they gotta vet everybody. You know why, OG? Because he is the type that have connections and friends. They live in a network. You know what I'm saying? Like snakes, they all wrap together and help each other out when time of need.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
they will be the type that will go to her, the parents, the mother and the father, and say, "Hey, you guys, I'm so hurt by this story. I would love to help you all. I am X, Y, and Z, and I know exactly what you guys are going through, and I can help." So you got to vet, because people will come to you and they may be official, but they will be working on the other team. So
Yeah.
that happens oftentimes. It happens a lot. So you just got to vet and really know who you're dealing with.
Absolutely. That's why I say he's not acting like a grieving fiance. He's not. To not even have consideration to reach out to the parents anymore to offer some form of help, whether Ashley had a relationship with them or not. That it would just be the proper ethical thing to do. But he's not that. He's not a proper ethical person. He has totally detached himself from this whole situation and then went on with his life like business as usual.
I hope he don't start talking bad about Ashley. I really don't. I hope he don't.
I
Because
think he won't,
that
as
was my
long as,
first time hearing him talk. I ain't never hear him talk. And I was trying to look for something horrible to say.
oh yeah, and you ain't gonna hear him talk unless it's about crypto. The only time like I say, he probably will come forward is if it getting close to somebody cracking down on him. Then well, she was sick and depressed, and she wasn't feeling well. And after we had that argument, ain't no telling what he might say, because he wants to start the smear campaign to make her look like she was unbalanced and she did this to herself.
Yeah, but come to think about it, OG, most killers, they just stay quiet. Because look at
Yeah,
Shankala Place, they quiet.
yeah,
Lulu, she really didn't speak much. She did a little bit, but not much. Like
right.
usually the best thing for them is to stay quiet. They don't,
Yeah,
But if he
yeah, and
start, yeah,
they
I
saying
don't
the
think he's
noise
gonna
will
make
go
a
away.
mistake. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make a mistake to talk.
Yeah, because he's gonna say, "Oh, the noise is gonna go. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. They're gonna get quiet." That's why I said the parents have to step forward and really speak up too, because the public can only and going to only do it for so long if the parents is not, in it with us in the fight. And I'm not saying they not fighting, because they could be fighting with things we don't know, but at least the public that has supported financially and uh, you know, uh, with integrity and shown prayers and concern and things like this, and we want justice as well, because we know the more the things like this happen when it comes to Black Americans over in foreign countries, we lose a little bit more faith every time, because what, Shanquilla, now this, so we know that we would have to move differently every time we go into these different countries and continents. And I would employ everybody to do your homework for you before you visit these foreign countries and continents. Know their laws, know where the nearest hospitals and how you would get there in case of emergency. Don't just go there and say we just gonna have a ball, because when it goes left, you not knowing what to do, you not knowing what the laws are in that particular country or continent. We got to do better when we go. We can't just willy-nilly no more, because they not giving a rat's ass about us when something happened to us over there. Not at all, unless we wealthy. Now, if we wealthy, money talks. See, that's why it's talking for Joe. And it's not talking for ASHLEE. So let this be a cautionary tale when we choose to go over here to the motherland and to other places out the country. Know what their laws are. Know what they do's and don'ts. What gonna get you in trouble? You know, where if something happened, where can you go as an American citizen and be protected? Those are the things we don't do when we visiting other countries and things of that nature. Especially us Black women that go over there and become unalive. You go into places like Mexico, you got to be careful because Mexico is what, 70, 80% ran by the cartel. You have to be careful when you go in places and knowing what their laws are. Protect yourself at all costs because the life you save may be your own. All right, Gigi.
All right. Well, thank you so much, OG, for tearing it down, girl. I love you, and my chat
Love you
clearly
too.
loves you. They love you. They love you.
I love your chat too. They be on it. I appreciate them.
Yes. All right, you guys. I'm gonna let OG go. So I'm gonna try to come back around 1 o'clock. So look for me. I still have so much reporting to do, and I didn't get a chance to fully look into other YouTube content to see what they were talking about. But don't you worry, because we are coming back for another round. All right. So make sure you guys like the video. When you like this video, the algorithm pushes her name out into the media spaces, letting the world know people care about ASHLEE. ASHLEE's story still need to be told to other individuals. So that's what you guys do when you like the video. When you leave comments, it does the same thing. So I will see you guys later on. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys for your patience. I thank everybody that liked this video. I thank everybody that leave comments. And I appreciate you guys that have subscribed to this YouTube channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. And I'll see you guys sooner than later.